Hello everybody, welcome back. Today I'm going to go over who should do which diet and why. Keto, ketovore, carnivore. Because I do believe that there's certain people that should do certain diets, and there are certain reasons why I think that. I'll get into the details in just a minute.
With every start, we are born again. Open your heart, spend this time in your head.
So here's the deal. I would love to be able to tell you, if you have this issue, you should do this because of this. But it's a lot more complicated than that. There are some basic ground rules, though, that I think apply to most people. Richard and I started out keto, and in doing so, we slowly weaned ourselves off of carbs because we started counting net carbs, not total carbs. And that allowed us to stair step our carbs down slower. That made it easier on us. Unfortunately, we went super oxalate heavy, so we ended up poisoning ourselves in the process. We didn't understand that part of it. But I think we did it the right way for us. I think going keto first was the right choice because it helped us stair step everything down. And then we naturally gravitated over to the carnivore part of it. However, there are other people like Kelly Hogan, who was low carb or keto for 5 years, and she was miserable. She hated every moment of it. And then when she went carnivore, the light came on, the heavens opened up, and everything went the right way for her, and she never looked back. So for her, maybe going low carb first wasn't the best idea. Maybe she should have gone straight to carnivore. You just never know. Now, we eventually got to carnivore, and then we kind of backed away from carnivore a little bit because we just didn't enjoy it. Kelly loves just being able to eat meat and be healthy. Whether she's including dairy, not including dairy, whether she's including coffee, not including coffee, it works for her. Now, me, when I tried to go all in carnivore, it didn't go well. I forced myself. I didn't feed myself properly. I didn't listen to my hunger hormones and my signals and my cues, and now they're all messed up. Now I have to fix that. Honestly, I think that they were already messed up. But now I'm dealing with that. When I went from keto to carnivore, things didn't get better. The heavens didn't open up and I did not hear the angels singing, "Oh my gosh, this is my new utopia." It didn't work that way for me. So who was right and who wasn't? It depends. I swear, I'm gonna get shirts made up that say it depends because it's literally my answer to almost everything. I think that you have to make the decision. What is the best diet for you at this time? If the concept of going carnivore completely overwhelms you and stresses you out, then maybe you shouldn't go carnivore. Maybe you should just be keto or even ketovore. If the concept of continuing to eat plants that you know are messing with you and they're making you miserable stresses you out, then go carnivore. If that sounds appealing, then do it. If it sounds terrifying, maybe you shouldn't do it. Now, there are certain cases in which I think it is beneficial for you to go straight to hardcore carnivore. Cancer being one of those. Severe metabolic problems. If you have any underlying autoimmune issues, that can be very beneficial. However, Danny, who you know I have on my show frequently, she works with a lot of people, many of who have been eating 2 kinds of meat and salt and water, and that's it. And they aren't getting better. So sometimes the all-in perfect carnivore isn't perfect for certain individuals. My recording that I just did with Brett, we talked about that, and you know how strongly he believes in nothing but me. And yet after talking with me, he was like, yeah, you got some other stuff going on there. So yeah, dude, don't take him the wrong way. He was not telling me I was doing it wrong. Please do not send him hate mail. Please send him only love mail. Because after talking to me, he understood there's more going on. And I think that is the biggest key to being in this space, to navigating your own journey and in helping others navigate their journey as well. You have to understand that many times We don't know everything. We don't have the whole picture. I will probably always say, I believe everybody should go carnivore for 30 days. Even after my experience with going carnivore and it not really working out super great, I still think that people should go carnivore for 30 days. Why would I say that? Because it is the most powerful elimination diet on the planet. Period. End of story. I think that everybody should go carnivore so that when they begin to bring in other foods, other plant foods, if you desire to bring in other plant foods, you'll know which ones are affecting you and how. Now, I truly believe that just like Kelly, there are a good number of people who will go carnivore and discover their new happy place. And they're not gonna want to bring back in anything else. Because once they get rid of everything else, they will feel amazing. They will feel better. Their brain will clear up. Their skin will clear up. They will have energy. They will begin to sleep better, and their body will come back into alignment the way that it should be. However, I also believe that there are other people like myself that will not feel good on carnivore. And that's what so many people in this space say. If you just go carnivore, then you're gonna feel amazing. But I didn't feel amazing. Never did I feel amazing. I wish that I had, but that is not my story. My story is I felt worse as a carnivore. So what does that mean? I have to find where I feel the best. And that's exactly the way that it is for everyone else in this space. You have to find what makes you feel the best. With or without coffee, with or without spices, with or without vegetables. You get to decide. I do not want you to think that because I have extreme carnivores on my channel that I am promoting only all-in super hardcore carnivore, because that's not the case. I do promote that, and I promote veg heavy keto if it makes you feel good. I promote carnivore. I promote whatever diet makes you feel your best. Whichever diet facilitates the healing that you need to find. That is the diet that I promote on my channel. I will continue to have all-in carnivores. I will continue to have low-carb people come in and talk as well, because I'm hoping to present each and every one of you with a person that you relate to. You hear their story and you go, oh my gosh, that's me. That's what I'm living through. Someone else understands my pain. That is the goal with my channel. I want to make sure that you guys get to hear all of the options. I'm sorry, almost all of the options. I'm probably not going to have a vegan on my channel. This is just probably not going to happen. But I know that there are some people who are vegan who are doing really well right now. Just like there are some people who are carnivore and they are doing really well right now. Some of them will continue on until the day they die. Others are going to have to make some adjustments and make some changes. I don't want anyone to get stuck into the dogma or into a title to where when you have to go outside of that, you're chastised for it. Because the name of my channel is Carnivore's Angel, a lot of people assume that I'm a carnivore. And when we were first coming up with the name of it, Richard was an all-in super strict carnivore. That's why it's Carnivore's Angel. I'm the angel in the equation. I did the carnivore thing. It didn't really stick. But I do not think that you should be chastised and held into a box because of a label. If you're a carnivore and you still eat avocados and you still want to call yourself a carnivore, you do it. Call yourself a carnivore. I don't care what you call yourself. You can eat whatever you want to eat that makes you feel better, that brings you health. And here's the thing, and the reason I say this, and yes, I understand that plants cause inflammation and damage, and I understand this. I understand that they have anti-nutrients and that they are declaring chemical warfare on us poor humans. Each person has to individually accept the consequences of whatever they put into their mouth. There are some people who are very sensitive to beef, and if they choose to eat a ribeye steak, they have to accept the consequences of that action. My job is not to tell people what they should and shouldn't eat. My job is to tell them what works for me and my family and what doesn't work for us and our family, and invite other people to come onto my channel and share their experiences as well. So keep that in mind. Whenever you're watching anyone that comes onto my channel, if you disagree with them, feel free to check out. You don't have to watch it if you don't agree with it, but there's always going to be someone who needs to hear what these people have to say, because for them, it's that important on their journey, and this is where they are. We don't all make the right decisions the first time every time. We do not all attain our goals within the first 6 months. Some people do, some people don't. So we cannot expect other people to have the same outcomes and the same results that we had just because we did A and we got B. That's not the way that this journey works. I really can't tell you what diet you should do right now. I still say everybody should try carnivore, because if you're like Kelly, it's going to be your new happy place. You're going to be ever so grateful that you did it. And yeah, it's a little intimidating at first. And poor Kelly did not want to give up her sugar-free Jell-O or her diet sodas, because that was the only thing she had left in life that made her happy. And as soon as she got rid of them and got over the withdrawals, all of a sudden she was actually happy and free and not stuck to those little sugar-free treats anymore. That was why she was so miserable. She had to go all in carnivore to try it. And for her, it worked. That is what works for her. That's why I encourage everyone to try it. And then if you're miserable, don't do 4.5 months like I did. I seriously caused some damage to myself. I really, truly believe that, because I couldn't eat, didn't want to eat, stopped eating. Great idea, right? If it's not working for you, then change it up. Give it a good 30 days worth of a try, unless you're having a severe anaphylactic or a severe allergy, maybe a little bit less than that, but give it a try, because you never know what you're going to find. And unless you try, you're not going to know. But if something doesn't quite make sense to you and it's very intimidating and you're worried about it and you feel like everyone's pressuring you to do it, so you should do it, guess what? You need to do it when you're ready, and not when other people tell you to do it. Whether they be your family members or your friends or strangers on the internet who are trying to be very helpful to tell you what you should be doing because it's what worked for them. Most people have the best intentions at heart, but they just don't understand that we're all so different on this journey, and we're all in a different place. We're not always ready to take the next step. We're not always ready to climb up the next rung of the ladder. Sometimes we got to hang out where we are and deal with our mental state and deal with other things that are going on in our lives instead of always pursuing what we're eating. There's a lot to take into account when you're talking to someone. And generally, they don't always tell you everything either. Oh yeah, I didn't happen to mention I have an autoimmune disease, but I still want to do it this way. So sometimes advising people can get a little bit tricky. We try to be really careful about how I answer people when they ask a question. Anyways, I just wanted to kind of share that thought with you of there's a lot of different options out there, and I suggest you try all of them. I really do. I mean, unless all in super strict carnivore sounds fantastic and you go and do it and it works, then don't bother with keto and ketovore. Forget it. Just stick with carnivore. Epic. You're done. I think you should try them all. I really do, because you never know what's going to fit best for you right then. And then also be willing to give yourself and others some grace when they find out that they need to change things up a little bit, because it does happen. So thanks so much, guys, for checking in today. I just wanted to give you a little bit of food for thought. When this goes up, Richard and I will be taking Cassidy and Noah back to their mom, and so we will be on the road. I will answer questions as much as possible while I am on the road. I generally go live on YouTube at noon Central Standard Time. I'll try, but if we have no signal, no guarantees. So anyways, I love you guys. Thank you so much for supporting us and coming along with us, and we will see you on the way. Bye, guys. There's certain people that should do because, sorry about the roosters, and to helping others, and even as I die, about how we tell people when they ask, how I answer people when they ask. We are going to be currently, right now as you're watching this, maybe, possibly,